Ah, that they be liked. Welcome to another installment of Denton's Storytime. I'm going a bit potty in this one. Yes, literally, it's really going down the drain, you could say, since I will be discussing the Yorvik Coprolite. Yes. What? Oh, yes, I hear you say, what is a coprolite? Well, pay attention, and all will be revealed. But it's a fascinating link with the Old Norse and the Viking Age. A very intimate link, in fact. Oh, yes. You know, if an archaeologist says that during their excavation of a site they found shit, well, he or she is not saying they wasted their time. Yes, been digging for weeks and we found shit. No. No, they mean quite literally they found, well, yes, shit. And archaeologists, well, they love shit. Yes, I mean, they just love landing right in it. An ancient cesspit well used for centuries is a beautiful thing to an archaeologist. Oh, how they love cesspits. They really do. You know, the bigger they are and the more produce, shall we say, that they have in them, the more they love them. No. But this is not some, exotic, erotic fetish. It's actually science. Yes, crappy science, I suppose you could say. Because, you see, that can tell a lot about what people ate, about what their staple diet was, and also about many illnesses that they may have suffered from. One particular cesspit achieved international fame several decades ago. Well, or at least a deposit left in it over 1,000 years previously. In 1972, archaeologists were excavating part of the Old Norse city of Yorvik, or York as it's called today, the principal city in the county of Yorkshire in the north of England. And they were happily digging away at that part of the city called Coppergate. It's a very historic part of the city. And guess what they found? Well, not a very hard guess, I suppose, in view of my introduction, but yes, they discovered a turd. Oh, a turd that would take its place in history. Quite a substantial turd it was, too, some 8 inches long and 2 inches wide. Thought to be possibly the largest piece of fossilized human feces ever found. And, of course, while most people, I suppose, would see that as just a load of crap, the archaeologists, well, they were ecstatic over this wonderful discovery. Oh, well, they were in shit heaven. I mean, never mind boring old stuff like gold or silver, weapons or jewelry, a few mummies. No. They had hit the holy grail of archaeology. They would forget the tomb of Tutankhamun. Oh, no. They had hit the archaeological jackpot. They had found shit. Stop the dig, call the press. We have struck shit. Dr. Andrew Jones, a paleoscatologist, that's a good word for you, working for the York Archaeological Trust, later summed it up as, "This is the most exciting piece of excrement I've ever seen. In its own way, it's as irreplaceable as the crown jewels." Yes, you could say he was happy as a pig in, A scatologist, by the way, is someone who studies poo. Can you imagine? What is your occupation, sir? I'm a scatologist. I dig up old shit. Charming. This particular piece of poo even has a name. Oh, yes, it was so wonderful. They actually named the thing, and it's called the Lloyd's Bank Coprolite, since a branch of that well-known banking establishment occupies the site where it was found. A coprolite is what you call a fossilized poo, by the way. In the famous alleged words of Michael Caine, not a lot of people know that. Yes, not a lot of people probably want to know it either. As far as I'm aware, the sex of whoever was responsible for this wonderful object isn't known, but it has been said that they had not, produced, shall we say, for a few days, and I'm sure that at the moment of production, that person would never have thought that over 1,000 years later, people would be jumping for joy at finding it, coming to a museum to gaze upon its wondrous beauty. I'm sure the original owner was glad to get rid of it. It did provide a wealth of information on diet, which was actually very, very healthy in Old Norse times. It was all natural. There were no additives as we have today, no E numbers and all that sort of thing. And their illnesses, well, they were generally caused by parasites, which of course they were quite unaware of. They couldn't see them in those days, lacking on modern microscopes. Sad to say that in 2003, the wonderful poo suffered considerable damage while on exhibition to students when a teacher dropped it while showing it to the students. Butterfingers. And it smashed into 3 pieces. Oh, the horror of it. Was it lost to science? Was it gone with its amazing beauty no longer enthrall visitors from across the world eager to gaze upon it? Don't worry, my friends. Fear not. It survived, for which we all give thanks. And it was very, very carefully glued back together. And anyway, it is now displayed in all its ancient pooey glory in the Yorvik Viking Centre. I'm sure you're glad to know that. Should you ever visit York, the Yorvik Viking Centre Museum is actually a must for anyone interested in the Old Norse and the Viking Age. Not just to gush with irrepressible joy at the sight of the wondrous pool, but a large part of the Old Norse city is actually preserved under a glass floor, and the museum contains very lifelike mannequins and life-size dioramas that show Norse life in those times, with visitors taken through the dioramas in small carriages equipped with speakers. Oh yes, very fancy. No expenses spared there. I can assure you, you don't even have to walk. They drive you around the place. Isn't that nice of them? Anyway, farewell, my friends, or farvel, as it would be in Old Norse. I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye until the next time.